Hello, welcome to part 3 of my Authoritarian Venice playthrough in the Hearts of Iron 4 mod, The Road to 56. In part 2 we kind of just continued to build up Venice industrially like we did in part 1, and on top of that we expanded our military, so we now have 24 divisions, a full army essentially. And other than that, there is some wars going on in the world, and the main one is, well, the United States and Brazil versus the Americas League, which consists of the Argentine League, Argentina essentially, Chile, Honduras, Uruguay, and the Dominican Republic. And on top of everything else, the Republic of Colombia formed a faction called the South American Confederation, which consists of Colombia, Finland, Estonia, well, what do they call it? Estonia, Finland League, and Italy, the Kingdom of Italy, who is our rival. But with all that said, with all that explained about what's going on in the world right now, oh, and I forgot, but the Carlist Kingdom of Spain basically won the Spanish Civil War. The anarchists are just holding out in Barcelona, but that war is practically over. That conflict is going to come to an end. Let's modify our government before we unpause. Let's get set to maybe, well, let's get a political advisor. Let's get a fortification engineer to get more max entrenchment and higher construction speed for our land forts, coastal forts, and anti-air. Kingdom of Yugoslavia defeated Croatia. They had a war, and Croatia was pretty outnumbered. The odds weren't really in their favor at all. And yeah, so Croatia is now back under Yugoslavian control. And in our focus tree, we are doing organized the armed forces. And how that goes is, despite the increasing possibilities of able and naval warfare, ground combat is still crucial in tomorrow's wars. With preparations, we can avoid reliving the nightmare of the trenches. We'll get Army Experience +5 and 150% cost reduction bonus for a land doctrine whenever we get to that. So right now we are not exercising our military, since we don't really want to do that because our army, well, we might as well set them to exercise. I'm worried about running out of equipment to arm them with, though, because we only have so many military factories. At this point we have 13, and besides having 13 military factories, we have 15 civilian factories, and we have a lot of national spirits that are very useful for producing the military factories we will need to take on Italy eventually, who, like I said before, is our rival. And we have the national spirits. Where are they at? We have the, what is it? Modernized agriculture gives us +10% construction speed. Alliance with industrialists gives us a higher military factory construction speed, 10% there. Deterrence also gives us more military factory construction speed. And then after everything else, we have a war industrialist, and he gives us a +10% military factory construction speed buff. And after we do organized armed forces, we are going to complete the focus, neutrality focus, and then we'll do maybe arms, protect the nation, or no, we'll do interventionism focus, and arms, protect the nation to get yet another military factory construction speed buff. This one will be 15%, and this national spirit we will get after this focus is done, arms, protect the nation. We will also get dockyard construction speed +10%. So we're just trying to make the construction of military factories as fast as possible. Another division has been trained, and the United States of Venezuela declared war on the Venezuelan national government. They're having a civil war in Venezuela, it seems. Let's have our commander here lead the 2nd Venetian Army. This is Arnaudo Azzi, I guess. Well, we have 2 commanders, 2 generals now for the Venetian military to lead 2 armies. There we are. Well, we have 2 generals leading 2 armies, which, yeah, they do that. Low manpower, don't worry about it. And we are going through a lot of manpower to expand our military, and we will hit a hard cap. Well, we'll definitely go through all of our manpower very soon, but it's what we have to do. And the Danish Empire joined the South American Confederation. What? Okay, well, they did that. And the Danish Empire is up north. Yeah, they joined the South American Confederation for whatever reason, which seems to just be getting anyone who's any fascist country into their faction. It appears that way anyhow. It wouldn't surprise me if well, never mind. I was thinking Venezuela was fascist, but they're not. So they're probably not going to join the South American Confederation. Let's research small arms 39. We have 5 research slots. We did a focus That gave us another additional research slot. We started off with 4. Now we're doing the interventionism focus. Once it's done, we'll get 75 political power, 5% gain, a 5% increase to our base war support, and we'll also be able to send volunteer forces. We have a free military factory. Start using it to make support equipment. And we can modify our government once more. What can we do with that? I don't know. National character. I reckon balanced approach. And maybe state mandate at some point. Yeah. National character is a unique thing to Road to 56. And a Democratic Republic of Afghanistan joined the Comintern. And that's what Afghanistan has done, it seems. So, alright. They joined the Comintern. Unassigned divisions. We have yet another division trained. That is the 25th Division of Venice. Well, the 25th Infantry Division, honestly. Let's have them exercise as well. We've got to get military EXP to try and get some doctrines researched. We're most likely going to go for mass assault doctrine. And the Carlos Kingdom of Spain won the Spanish Civil War, so that's a non-aligned victory for the ideology. Well, we've been doing the Grand Battle Plan doctrine, so we'll just continue with what we have. And Concentrated Industry 3 is complete. Now, let's start on, what can we research now? Let's go to the SRD and do the focus, air focus for a higher ACE generation chance. By doing this research, technology, whatever, for the Special Research Division, that's something that's added by the Road to 56, we'll have ACE generation chance plus 10%. Some factories are freed up. We have more civilian factories freed up to do whatever. Build more military factories, please. We need all the guns we can get for the Venetian military. And we have a surplus of equipment now, it appears, so we'll probably start making more planes very soon. At least get some close air support and fighters in the sky, as well as a few tactical bombers, or at least torpedo bombers. We'll get one factory on that in the future when we can. So after interventionism focus is done, we'll complete arms, protect the nation. And where we go after that, I don't know. Maybe do more stuff relating to civilian factories. We'll do encourage foreign investors, probably, because civilian factories are good, and we just need to improve our industry while we ultimately wait to take on the Italians and what seems to be their faction. Common cause is done. That particular research stuff is done, so we have 2 research slots now. In our focus tree, in our research technology tree, let's do heavy firepower to get a higher hard attack stat. And in this other research slot, let's start researching, let me look here, let's get Navy focus, just to have it done. And that'll take 214 days. Once that is complete, I think we'll have higher organization for our battleships and for our, battle cruisers, heavy cruisers, light cruisers, carriers, destroyers, and submarines. All of them will get +5 organization from that research technology, from that technology in general. We have a new division, add them to the 2nd Venetian Army and start training, please. Exercising. We've got to get all these guys to regular experience level, and that is the goal, so we'll have all of our units be as ready as they can be for a possible war with the neighboring Italians. A technology slot is free, what am I saying? Not flea. Let's research Jaeger, I'm thinking here. Let's acquire anti-tank rifle to get higher hard attack and higher, interventionism focus is done, higher hard attack and higher piercing stats for our divisions, for all infantry and motorized mechanized tech or whatever. Let's complete the focus arms, protect the nation now, and after that we are going to complete the focus encourage foreign investors to get those sweet civilian factories that we need so much to construct more military factories, which will be done in order to make more military divisions and produce more equipment for our war industry. And that military factory is going to be done, so let's start making more in Istria, another one in Istria, and let's put one in Dalmatia when possible. Arms Protect the Nation will be done in a little bit. It would take about 55 days or so. It's a 70-day long focus. We have some political power. Let's modify our national character, our state's mandate. Let's get maybe divine inspiration. We have it. It helps neutrality support. That's our ideology, essentially. So we went with divine inspiration. King Zog submits to Italy, and the Kingdom of Italy, due to a game rule we used for the sake of this playthrough, they only control parts of Italy. Naples is a thing, Sicily is a thing, and so is Sardinia. So the Italians getting Albania is a big boon for them, bigger than it would be than it was in real life. And they're now going to have a border with the Yugoslavians. So they may possibly fight. If they attack Yugoslavia, that would give us a good chance to strike at them. And how's their technology, their focus tree look? It looks alright, but if they do ultimately try to attack the Yugoslavians, we will use it as an opportunity for us to strike and aid them in their defensive effort. Even though in our focus tree we do have a focus that will give us a claim on Yugoslavian territory. And let me look at that real quick. We have, what is it called? Reintegrate Dalmatia. Well, we have a core. No, that's not it. Is that it? No. No, it gives us a core on Kavarner? Wherever it is. And that will give us a core on this state here Yugoslavia controls. So our long-term goal as the most serene republic of Venice is to ultimately annex Italy, or at least part of it, and defeat the Kingdom of Yugoslavia to get some land. Probably everything on their coastline, at least when it comes to the Yugoslavian claim we will get there. It's all about Kavarner, which after we do that, we will have most of Yugoslavia's coastline. We'd also have to get Montenegro in a war to completely accomplish that. And the Republic of China declared war on the Tuva Independent Republic. Oh, right then. And Tuva is now dealing with that war, which is interesting. I don't know why China bothered. They're busy with the Chinese Civil War, I think, currently. No, they're only fighting Tuva right now. Or no. They can fight France, they can fight Mongolia, they can fight French Indochina, and they can fight Xinjiang. Why they're doing that, no idea. They're also declaring war on the Mongolian Parliamentary Republic. And I will note that Tuva and Mongolia are not part of the Comintern. And that's very odd, but it is what happened there. Chilean troops enter Rio de Janeiro. Did Brazil fall? Okay, legal status of women, traditional roles, or what we can do. Let's just do traditional roles. Let's just do that for the national character. You gotta remember, this is the 1930s, 1940s, and so you gotta keep that in mind when it comes to stuff like that. The Danish Empire declared war on the Kingdom of Norway, and that's going on there. Small arms 38 is done. And now let's get the research slot available. We have one research slot available. We're going to get artillery researched. Let's start getting a improved artillery upgrade. We have outdated equipment in production. Let's start making more modern equipment then. And national focus not set. Now let's do, what is it? We got arms, protect the nation done. Now let's complete, what is it? Encourage foreign investors. Foreign powers have a much greater industry than our own. Therefore, we must rely on their knowledge. And from that, we'll get one civilian factory and 2 building slots in Latarel, and we'll get 2 building slots and 1 civilian factory in Istria, and 2 building slots and 1 civilian factory in Veneto, which is our capital. And are the Danes going to call in the rest of their faction? I think they are, or no, they're not. They're not going to do that. Hopefully, they will call in the Italians, and the Italians will be busy and not paying attention to their borders. And who is the leader of the... Well, who's the major power of that? Okay, that's not it. Who's the major power of the South American Confederation? It is... Who needs to surrender? They call him in. I don't know. I would like to know who is, just in case. So if we take out Italy, what happened there? Huge world tension went up high. And where's that at? Where'd it go? Date. 1939. Threat from actions. Okay, it was just that. It was just 1%. And that's what occurred there. Free civilian factories. Make more military factories, please. And how's that war going with Brazil and the Americas League? Yeah, Rio de Janeiro fell, apparently. Yes, it did. Chilean Marines, I guess, landed in the city and took it, but it looks like they could possibly lose the capital of Brazil very soon, even though Argentina and Uruguay is pushing, and Hungary just renounced the Treaty of Trianon, and they're in the Pact of Rome faction. The Republic of China joined the Pact of Rome, and the Republic of China declared war on the Xinjiang clique. So very odd factions being formed here. We have the South American Confederation, which so far includes the Estonia-Finland League, the Danish Empire, and the Republic of Colombia, who founded the faction. Then for the Pact of Rome, we initially had the Federal State of Austria and the Kingdom of Hungary. Now we have the Republic of China in that group. Which, I mean, it's Road to 56, so any strange factions being formed is I guess part of the mod, it's just part of the experience. We have some fighters and bombers available for new air wings, but we're going to wait till we at least get 100 for each one before we make them into air wings. For me personally, 100 planes in each squadron is just a standard, so don't worry about those reserved planes. And the Republic of China is now leading the Pact of Rome faction. They took it over from Hungary, which is great, isn't it? And the Republic of China is at this time fighting the Xinjiang clique, parliamentary the Mongolia, they're fighting Mongolia, fighting Tuva, Independent Republic, and they may eventually fight a war with French Indochina, and thus the French Commune, which is French Communist France. And speaking of which, they have the Commune of Andorra as their puppet. And we have more technology slots available. Pakistan declared war on the Republic of India. Okay, so that's going on. And it looks like it could be a little, I don't know, that may not go well for Pakistan. Because they are just, yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that plays out, I guess, in Asia. A lot of conflict in Asia right now. In 1939, we have a freed up research slot. Let's research maybe, let's get rush production to get a higher, higher production efficiency rate, and that's in the SRD section of the technology tree. After that is done, we'll get expendable labor for the construction speed buff. And how fast are we making our military factories now? That'll be done in August, early August 1939, and that is less than a month away, isn't it? And it's 1939, so we'll keep making more and more military factories. We need more, always need more of them. At least once we have those other civilian factories, we will receive from encourage foreign investors as a focus. We will have more factories that are capable of constructing more and more military factories for us. And the Republic of Pakistan and India, well, the Republic of India and Pakistan signed a white peace, and the decolonization of the British Empire took place. And that's probably because the British, the UK, has decided to go the communist route. Route. So, route, yeah. But that's what the British are up to. So we have communist Britain, we have communist France, the communist UK, communist France, the German Empire, so authoritarian Germany. We have the USSR, who's just around. We have the United States of America, who seems like themselves, except they're part of the as they seem like themselves, as in they seem like what the country was like during this time period. Well, not during this time period in particular, but historically what they did. So they are democratic, still no fascists or communists are in charge there. But they did join the ANZUS faction, which includes them, New Zealand, and Australia, who is the leader of the ANZUS. And who else? Who else indeed? Well, Italy we already know about, they're broken apart. And Japan, what is Japan doing? They had a war, I think. Yeah, they did. There was the Republic. Well, maybe they did. I don't know. But I think they lost Manchukuo, or whatever it's called, as a puppet. No, I think it was that other one. Well, Xinjiang is independent. This country right here starts off as a puppet of Japan, but evidently they're not. So something happened there. We have a freed up focus tree. We can do a new focus now. Let's research, perhaps. Let's pause real quick. Let's research. Let me look around here. Let's form international brigades. I don't know. That would give us higher daily political power gain and max volunteer division force and divisions required for sending volunteer force. We'll do that, and that will give us a ton. Well, that will give us some more political power every day, plus the ability to send a lot of volunteers into war. What are the Italians up to? What are they doing? Not really sure, honestly. Not sure at all. I hope they get involved in the war, though. The French Commune is pursuing nuclear technology in the Kingdom of Romania. The Kingdom of Romania joins the ANZUS, which includes, like I said before, the USA, New Zealand, Australia, and the Philippines. So Romania is now part of that. Meanwhile, their neighbors are, let's look at the faction map. In the Balkans, we have the Romania being ANZUS, then the Pact of Rome with Hungary and Austria, and then of course Albania is part of Italy now, and they are part of the South American Confederation. There's a lot of factions, and like for example, we have the Humanity Unite, and the Danish Empire declared war on the Union of Britain. I'm not sure if they would like to do that though. So we have fascist Denmark fighting against, the People's Republic of Sicily joined the Allies. We have fascist Denmark trying to fight the British here, who are they invited the Kingdom of Nepal to their faction. Were they always a part of it? I don't know. I don't know. And they have the Sultan of Muscat of Oman in their faction. The allies, the state of Naples, joined the South American faction. Oh no, that's going to be a war there. Can we at least... Oh, we could actually probably take out Naples and Italy in a war. Now, we could pull that off, perhaps. So let's deploy these troops, and that's going to be it for our military. Probably let's stop doing some exercises and get our troops gathered up and draw a battle line and try to strike at Italy while they're not really focusing on us. They're going to be busy with Sicily and the British. So let's get that drawn up, have a front line made, and now let's make an offensive line that will have us push into Rome and into Lombardy, and we'll down toward Rome, we'll push toward Rome. We'll just try to stress out the Italians. We may end up joining the Allies because we're going to fight Italy very soon. Let's get some more infantry research. Let's get support 40. Freed up, modify. Let's modify our national character once more. Social order. We can't really do that yet. We can modify justification for war, though. Let's get maybe, what is it? Get ideological struggle. Maybe. Yes, we'll do that. Because that will give us higher division attack on core territory, higher mobilization speed, and higher, well, it won't take us as long to justify war goals, and we will lose to daily political power costs for that, but since we're doing forming international brigades, that national spirit will just cancel out that effect, so it's not that big an issue. So ideological struggle is probably a good idea for justification of war law or national character, whatever. And is Italy helping the... So, yeah, they're fighting all the wars. So Italy's going to be busy. We are probably going to end up joining the Allies very soon. And who even needs to be beaten to win the war? To win that whole entire conflict? Let's see here. So we have the British on one side, and so the South American Confederation, you just need to beat Colombia and the Kingdom of Italy. And for the Allies, you have to defeat Britain. Okay, so that's what needs to happen there. I just noticed Zambia is a socialist republic, and they're part of the Allies in Africa. That's a country. Zambia is a country in Africa, and there they are right there. So they're part of the Allies. A research slot is available. Let's research. What can we research? Let's get maybe motorized infantry. Let's get combat service support to give us higher supply range and higher, better supply hub construction speed. That's going to be done now. And form international brigades is almost done. Once it is done, we're going to start doing, what is it called? We're going to do, let's complete, maybe expand the terra firma, and what that focus will do once it is complete. We were once united with Lombardy. They would probably welcome our rule. We will get a core in Lombardy once the focus is done, and we'll also get a retake core state war goal on the Kingdom of Italy, who is going to be distracted with the Allies, and that's what we're hoping for. We're banking on that big time. We're probably going to end up joining the Allies once this war commences, so we'll have their support, or at least temporarily be part of that faction. Maybe we could join the Central Powers. I don't know. Would they be fine with that? Perhaps not. I don't know. I gotta think that through. And we have doctrines available. Dive bombing. Let's research that. Maybe we could get the German Empire to join us in our effort to take out the South American Confederation, which will soon begin, because the German Empire may want to take over the lands of the Danish Empire, but we'll see what happens once we declare war on the Italians. We have some units drawn up. Okay, I need to fix this, actually. We only had one army in the army group, led by our Field Marshal, Giacomo Sanussi. Let's fix that. There we go. Now, let's have our units get ready in the offensive plan on the front line with our border with the Italians. The war that's very soon, we're going to have, available for this conflict? 38 divisions. How is Sicily doing? They're holding out on that one part of Sicily where that crossing is, and that place is just a choke point. So as long as they can buy time for us, I don't care. But we are going to probably sweep into Italy. Then we're going to move into the territory of Naples, and then after that, I don't know what we'll do. Maybe go help someone defeat Colombia, perhaps. I don't know how we're even going to get to Colombia. That's so much easier said than done. How is Brazil faring? They're losing their conflict to the Americas League. I don't know how we're going to get to Colombia. We're going to have to beat them to defeat the South America League. We're going to need more, more steel very, very soon. And we got to trade for that. Who do we trade with? Let's trade with the French Commune, maybe. They say yes to it. Yes to our offer. That's done. Now we need more resources. Let's get some rubber from British Malaya, perhaps. Okay, that works. Fine with me. An improved artillery upgrade is complete. And research slot available once more. We have 5 research slots, so we're having to get new technology constantly. Computing machine, we're going to start researching that, and this war will commence very, very soon. Well, just a few days actually. And our units are ready. We're going to attack as soon as possible once it's done. Let's strike now and declare war. That's done. And here comes the Serene Republic of Venice. He was going to strike at the Kingdom of Italy and the state of Naples especially. Well, mainly just Italy, but we'll also get the state of Naples and the rest of the South American Confederation. And our national focus tree. Let's now do some stuff relating to military, modernize. No, let's do conceive new tactics to get a price reduction for a focus. And we can join their faction. Okay, we can join them. They say yes, we're going to join the Allies now. I'm not too hopeful. I don't think they're not going to get involved with us. The German Empire is just not going to do nothing. We're going to need volunteers from France, volunteers from the USSR. They're going to help out Venice in this war with the South American Confederation. And the Italians are smaller military-wise than they would have been in real life at this time, but they're still going to be a challenge. And we're going to get Lend-Lease from Romania and a non-aggression pact with Norway. Sure, don't care, fine with me. We're pushing as hard as possible. We need more manpower. We definitely need manpower. Recent immigrant influx in Veneto. Alright. And we're going to need more tanks probably to be produced, because we don't have nobody making that. So if we can just gain some ground, that would be great. How are the British doing, I wonder? They're going to send us some help, I think. It looks like they will. They're going to... Oh, they have troops in Sicily already, so maybe they can come aid us. Start Lend-Lease. Norway is going to send us some supplies. We have doctrines available. Let's get Grand Assault started. And let's see here. So, I mean, we're part of the Allies, which is essentially a communist faction now, but it's fine because we have a red flag, and since socialist and communist countries typically have a red flag, we should fit right in, even though we're authoritarian in ideology and not exactly communist or socialist. And let's push here into Lower Tyrol. We have the 1st British divisions arriving to back us up. I don't know how well they're going to do that, but they are here. And where's our Air Force at? We need to probably use them now. They need to be in the air at all times. Just doing stuff. And let's actually get those squadrons made. We have fighters ready. And get 100 of those out if we can. Oh, we have no manpower, never mind. But they are going to fight in the air with the planes we do have. Do whatever damage is possible to the Italians. And Estonia, Finland made a big mistake. They attacked the Soviet Union, who is going to be fighting the South American Confederation now. And the South American Confederation is pretty isolated where Finland is. They also have Denmark up there, but they're busy probably fending off the Norwegians and the British. So they pretty much sealed their fate, I think. They're fighting 2 major powers effectively. And the Republic of Colombia has been called into this war, and we are gaining ground here. We are making a breakthrough into Lombardy. We do have a core state there, so we need to just push through here and win. Ultimately, we need more manpower, though. We do need that. We have some volunteers, however, that have arrived, so hopefully that will take some stress off of our infantry divisions and just our army in general. That's going to be tired out after all this fighting with the Italians. And we are breaking into South Tyrol now. We're smashing into the units there. Recent immigrant influx, okay. And the British are sending us more troops, it seems. Yes, they are. We are getting some troops on our side, and that's great. So we're trying to push back the Italians in Tyrol even more, and it just appears that we're only fighting the Italians. The state of Naples doesn't seem to have much of a presence where we are. I guess they're busy just watching whatever Sicily does, I reckon. And unread naval battle convoy results. We're not going to bother sending out our navy because I'm worried they might be destroyed in a clash with the Italian fleet, with the Italian navy. I don't want to risk it, so our navy itself is just going to sit back and do whatever in our capital of Venice for now. And it doesn't seem the Italians are doing too much navally anyway, so we won't need the navy too much. We're still having all of our allies arrive with their units in Venice easily, and yeah, so it doesn't seem like we need much of a navy to be out available in the Adriatic Sea anyhow. And we have doctrines available. Let's get, let's get infiltration. That'll give leg infantry more breakthrough and more organization, and we're doing that instead of assault because we have to use infantry a lot. Kingdom of Italy now is the German Empire on their side. What? Who are they at war with? Can we get the French Commune? Mussolini has been assassinated. Okay, I shouldn't have been surprised by that at all. But the central, the the Central Powers are now fighting against us. Germany. German Empire is the big deal there. They are taking on the Comintern, though, so that's great. And thanks to Italy, who probably called them into that war. As long as we can keep pushing into Italy and stop the Italians from maybe getting some troops by the sea, we should be able to keep making advances, and hopefully the French Commune can strike at the German Empire. I'm not so sure if they will be able to or not. Though, they have their own faction. I wish they would just be able to do something. They have war goals against the Union of Britain, and that's not good because they may potentially get our allies busy in a conflict. We have some infantry divisions available now. Add them to the 2nd Venetian Army, who is in North Tyrol. We're trying to gain ground up there. We took some territory. We need to take Milan. We just need to capture Lombardy. But I'm going to end part 3 of my Authoritarian Venice playthrough in the Road to 56 here. You can check out the Road to 56 mod in the video description. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Have an awesome day. I'll see y'all later. Bye.